Greetings, and welcome to the Clippers and Shears podcast. We're glad to have you with us. In today's episode, we are going to dive into the fascinating topic of barbering versus hairstyling. Key differences and similarities part 2 in continuation from part 1, so let's dive right in. Barbering versus hairstyling. Key differences and similarities. Tools of the trade. Comparing equipment and technology. You can tell a lot about a professional by their tools. Their condition, their quality, and how they're handled speak volumes. In our world, the tool isn't just an object, it's an extension of the hand. It's the brush to our canvas, the sword to our technique, the bridge between vision and reality. In this part, let's open our kits, barbers and stylists, and examine what's inside. Barbering tools, precision, power and speed. Barbers operate with efficiency and detail in mind. Their tools are often built for short hair work, fast tapering, crisp lines and fades, facial grooming. Let's break down the barber's toolkit. Clippers, the crown jewel of a barber's toolkit. Types: detachable blade clippers for bulk cutting, adjustable clippers for fades and tapers, cordless clippers for mobility and freedom. Key brands: Wall, Andis, Babyliss, Oster. Clippers are used for bulk removal, blending fades, beard work, necklines and sideburns. Clippers must be kept clean, oiled, and aligned. Trimmers, edges, used for outlining, hairline detailing, beard edging, design work, partings, logos, graphics. These are essential for that crispy finish that defines modern barbering. Straight razor, cutthroat razor. Barbers often use straight razors for traditional hot towel shaves, neck cleanups, beard sculpting, detailing around designs. This tool requires skill, confidence, a steady hand, licensing and sanitation certification. It is both a ritual and a statement of mastery. Combs and brushes. Barbers typically use taper combs for fades and clipper overcomb, flat top combs, neck dusters, ball bristle brushes for beards. These tools aid in precision and control, not styling as much. Shears, scissors. Barbers do use shears, but sparingly, usually for texturizing, detailing longer styles, classic scissor overcomb work. Hairstyling tools. Artistry, versatility, and transformation. Hairstylists work across lengths, textures, and styles, so their toolkit is much more varied and product-rich. Shears. Stylists use multiple shears, often including 5.5 to 7 cutting shears, texturizing/thinning shears, slide cutting or point cutting tools. Precision is critical, especially with long layers, bobs, or intricate shapework. Shears are a hairstylist's magic wand. Blow dryers. Used constantly in salons for smoothing, straightening, adding volume, curling and shaping. Often used with round brushes, various sizes, paddle brushes, diffusers for curly hair. A high-quality dryer can cut time in half and improve finish dramatically. Flat irons and curling irons. Stylists often own several. Flat irons with titanium or ceramic plates. Curling irons/wands of different barrel sizes. Wave irons or crimpers for trend work. Used for styling, finishing, retexturizing temporarily. Color tools, a huge part of salon work. Includes tint brushes and bowls, foils and balayage paddles, sectioning clips, color scales and developer bottles. Stylists often juggle timing, mixing, and layering. It's part science, part art. Product arsenal. Unlike barbers, hairstylists rely heavily on product lines. Mousses, serums, smoothing creams, texture sprays, pomades and pastes, hairsprays and finishing mists. These define hold, shape, volume, or softness depending on the finished style. Sanitation and safety tools. For both. No matter your title, barber or stylist, cleanliness is non-negotiable. Every pro must carry disinfectant, like Barbicide, cleaning brushes for tools, blade wash, capes, neck strips and gloves, hand sanitizer, towels, clean and used bins. Remember, clean tools equals trusted hands. Tool crossover. What's shared? Barbers and stylists are now borrowing from each other's kits more than ever. Many stylists now use clippers for pixie cuts or undercuts. Some barbers are integrating round brushes and dryers for pompadours or longer cuts. Barbers may keep flat irons or texturizers for curly or thick hair clients. Stylists may use edges for detailing sharp hairlines. Tools are no longer divided by gender, they're divided by need and skill level. Technology in tools. The digital evolution. Today's tools are getting smarter and faster. cordless tools with lithium-ion batteries, heat tools with temperature control to avoid damage, clippers with adjustable speeds and guards, apps that sync with tools, e.g., for haircut tutorials or color formulation. Technology is helping us work longer without fatigue, style with more precision, protect the hair and skin, serve diverse clients more effectively. Being tech-savvy is becoming a competitive advantage. Toolkits reflect philosophy. Let me say this. Your toolkit reveals your approach to the craft. A barber's tools say, clean, crisp, efficient. A stylist's tools say, shape, transform, enhance. But when you look closely, you'll see overlap, because a true professional invests in the right tools for the client, not just their title. Summary. Tools breakdown. Tool type: barbers use, stylists use, clippers core tool. Sometimes used, trimmers essential for detail. Occasionally for undercuts. Shears, used moderately, primary cutting tool, blow dryers. Occasionally for styling essential, curling irons, rarely common, flat irons, rarely common, color tools. Not typically used, everyday essential, straight razor, critical tool. Not typically used, product arsenal: pomades, oils, mousses, serums, sprays, brushes / combs, fades / taper combs. Sectioning, round, paddle, sanitation equipment, must have. Tools don't make the artist. But the artist can only go as far as their tools allow. So whether you're using clippers or curling irons, your kit should reflect your vision, your standards, your love for the craft, and most importantly, it should reflect your respect for the person sitting in that chair. Because tools may be replaceable, but trust, precision, and mastery are not. Talent opens the door, but business keeps it open. Skill gives you attention, but strategy brings in revenue. In this industry, you don't just need hands, you need a mind for business. Let's break down the real-world side of our craft. The money, the marketing, and the method behind building a sustainable and profitable career, whether you're holding clippers or curling irons. Income potential. Barber versus hairstylist. Let's get one thing clear. Both barbers and hairstylists can earn six figures, but it depends on multiple variables: location, clientele, services offered, pricing model, business structure, work ethic. Average barber income. Barbers in the US average between $30,000 - $60,000 per year starting out. Top barbers, especially those with a loyal following, charge $40 - $150 plus per cut. High-end, celebrity, or mobile barbers can earn $100,000 plus annually, especially with VIP packages or brand collaborations. Key revenue boosters: beard trims and shaves, memberships or prepaid plans, retail, beard oils, pomades, on-site event grooming, weddings, parties. Average hairstylist income. Stylists typically average $30,000 - $70,000 per year, depending on services and location. Color specialists, extension experts, or bridal stylists can earn $100,000 plus annually. A master stylist in a high-end salon can charge $200 plus per service, especially for color transformations. Key revenue boosters: color correction, chemical services, keratin, perms, relaxers, add-on treatments, retail sales, shampoos, heat protectants, masks. Bottom line: the more complex your services, the more you can charge as long as your skills match your price. Booth rent versus commission versus ownership. Understanding the business models you work under can greatly affect your income. Booth rental. Independent contractor. You rent a chair in a shop or salon. Pay flat weekly / monthly rent. Keep 100% of your service income and tips. Handle your own taxes, supplies, booking, and marketing. Best for barbers and stylists who are self-motivated, business-minded, and want freedom. Commission-based. Employee. Shop / salon owner provides space, clients, and products. You split earnings, often 40 to 60%. Usually includes marketing, scheduling, and sometimes benefits. Best for beginners or those who want a built-in support system. Shop or salon owner. Full control. Set pricing, branding, hiring. Keep profits but also carry risk and expenses. Best for experienced professionals with business acumen. Marketing and branding. Barbering and hairstyling are visual businesses. If no one sees your work, you're invisible, even if your skills are elite. Social media. Your new portfolio. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and even YouTube are non-negotiable tools in modern marketing. What to post? Before and afters. Quick reels of transformations. tutorials or tips, client reactions, your setup and tools, product reviews. Consistency is key. Authenticity wins, and engagement builds community. Personal branding. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. You need a recognizable style of work, a clear service menu, a strong logo and aesthetic, a memorable client experience, a signature scent, sound or vibe in your space. Whether you fade or foil, people must know what you stand for. Website and booking systems. Modern clients want online scheduling, easy rescheduling, digital payments, text/email reminders. Use platforms like Gloss Genius, Square, Booksy, Vagaro, Fresher. Automation saves time, and time saved is money earned. Client retention. Keeping them in the chair. It costs 5 to 10 times more to get a new client than to keep an existing one. Barbers and stylists who last in the industry have one thing in common. They know how to keep people coming back. Ways to improve client retention. 1. Remember details. Birthdays, preferences, styles. 2. Be consistent. Every experience should feel familiar and professional. 3. Offer loyalty programs. Every 10th cut free, discounted color retouch, etc. 4. Follow up. A simple text saying thanks for visiting goes a long way. 5. Retail knowledge. Recommend products tailored to your clients' needs. 6. Educate clients. Show them how to maintain their look at home. 7. Ask for feedback and act on it. This builds trust. Referrals. Offer small discounts for client referrals. Word of mouth is gold in our world. If someone says, "Who cuts your hair?" you want your client to reply with enthusiasm and a screenshot of your IG handle. Retail. Passive income goldmine. Barbers and stylists both underuse this powerful stream. Offer pomades, gels, oils, color protective shampoos and conditioners, beard balms or brushes, heat protectants and serums, scalp or edge care products. Choose lines you believe in. Educate your client on use. Profit ethically. Retail is not upselling, it's upgrading. Business skills that matter. Here are a few often overlooked business skills every barber or stylist should learn. Skill: why it matters. Pricing strategy. Know your worth and reflect it accurately. Taxes and accounting. Keep more of what you earn legally. Branding and marketing. Attract the right clients consistently. Time management. Maximize bookings without burnout. Customer service. Build a loyal, happy clientele. Goal setting. Plan long-term success intentionally. If you treat it like a hobby, it will pay like one. Treat it like a business, it will feed your future. Barbering versus hairstyling. Business comparison. Factor barbers, hairstylists. Typical service duration, 15 to 45 minutes. 45 to 180 minutes, depending on service. Frequency of visits. Every 2 to 4 weeks. Every 4 to 12 weeks. Add-on services: shaves, beard trims, designs, color, treatments, styling. Retail focus medium. Grooming products. High. Hair care and treatment products. Price range 20-100 plus, 50-300 plus. Brand loyalty high, especially with male clientele, high with experienced stylists. Social media impact strong. Visual fades, quick cuts, very strong. Transformations, tutorials. It's easy to fall in love with the art of the work, but if you want to survive and thrive, you must also fall in love with the business of the work. Barber or stylist, chair or suite, clippers or color, your hands may shape the hair, but your strategy shapes your future. So invest not only in tools, but in systems. Not only in skills, but in service. Not only in talent, but in timing, tracking, and target markets. Because in this business, those who master the blade and the brand will always rise to the top. Ready for part 9. Cultural impact and history. Roots, identity, and legacy. This next section explores how barbering and hairstyling have influenced, reflected, and shaped culture from ancient traditions to modern movements. When we cut hair, we don't just shape strands, we shape identity. We preserve tradition. We restore confidence. We honor the past and define the present. Today, let's go beyond the tools and talk about what barbering and hairstyling represent. The chairs we stand behind are more than workstations. They are cultural hubs, storytelling thrones, and symbols of legacy. Origins and ancient traditions. Barbering and hairstyling date back thousands of years. They've been part of human life since we first looked in still water and decided we wanted to look better. Barbering in ancient civilizations. Egypt, 5000 BC. Barbers were highly respected. They shaved priests' heads for purification and used sharpened flint. Greece and Rome, barbershops called tonstrina were social hotspots. Philosophers, politicians, and poets gathered there. Middle Ages Europe. Barbers were also surgeons. Yes, barber surgeons performed bloodletting, dentistry, and even minor surgeries. The red, white, and blue barber pole, that represents blood, red, bandages, white, and veins, blue. Barbers were caretakers of both health and appearance. Hairstyling through history. Egypt. Wig making, braiding, and elaborate styles were signs of class. China. Hair represented virtue. Styles reflected Confucian ideals and family status. Africa. Hair was and still is a language. Braids indicated tribe, age, marital status, and even spiritual beliefs. Renaissance Europe. Elaborate powdered wigs defined fashion and power. From braids to buns, from afros to perms, hairstyling has always been political, spiritual, and social. Cultural significance of the chair. Barbers and hairstylists are more than service providers. They are cultural anchors. Especially in black communities, the barbershop is a sacred space. It's where boys become men, where politics, sports, and life are debated, where trust is passed from generation to generation. Barbers are often mentors, comedians, historians, and community leaders. Barbershop culture has been captured in movies, barbershop, documentaries, the shop, literature, and spoken word. It is more than a space, it is a movement. For many women and men, the salon is where self-care becomes soul care. Hairstylists are therapists, healers, and creators of confidence. Especially in the LGBTQ+ community, salons have been places of identity affirmation. In immigrant communities, stylists preserve traditional beauty while adapting to new cultures. Whether it's a Dominican blowout, a natural hair twist out, a balayage, or box braid, salons empower clients to express who they are. Hair is deeply personal. Barbers and stylists help people reclaim identity after illness, reinvent themselves after trauma, express rebellion or freedom, celebrate milestones, whether it's a child's first haircut, a transition haircut, a fresh look after divorce, or a bold new color to celebrate coming out. We're not just cutting hair, we're giving people a sense of control. Hair tells the story of religion, culture, subculture, mood, power. Barbers and stylists are the authors of that visual language. Hair has always been political. The Black is Beautiful movement championed natural hair and afros in the face of Western beauty standards. The punk rock movement used mohawks, dyed hair, and spikes to challenge the status quo. The hip-hop era brought in fades, lines, waves, and braids as a style statement and cultural pride. The women's liberation and LGBTQ+ rights movements embraced short haircuts as defiance and self-ownership. Hair has been banned, policed, weaponized, and reclaimed. You, as a barber or stylist, are part of this legacy. Every cut, every color, every twist or shave is an act of cultural expression. Barbering and hairstyling have never just stayed in the shop. In media, from Elvis Presley's pompadour to Prince's press and curl, hair defines iconography. Think of David Bowie, Grace Jones, Rihanna. The Weeknd hairstyles were the brand. TV shows like Martin, Girlfriends, Insecure, Pose, and Euphoria spotlight hair as identity. In fashion, hair defines runway themes. Braids, buzz cuts, mullets, wet looks. These trends often start in community and rise to couture. Stylists and barbers become part of fashion teams, runway crews, and editorial productions. In art, hair appears in sculpture, tribal masks, marble busts, painting, portraits of nobility and defiance, photography, Afrofuturism, surrealism, glamour, street art, and murals. Hair becomes symbol, texture, and storyline. In recent decades, both industries have been tearing down walls. Women barbers are claiming their space in a male-dominated corner of the craft. Men stylists are thriving in salons, especially in color and high-end finishing. Trans and non-binary professionals are reshaping what gendered grooming even means. Unisex salons, gender-free pricing, and inclusive education are changing the landscape. Barbers and stylists are leading cultural conversations, not just following trends. Every seasoned barber or stylist remembers the first client who cried from joy, the elder who shared wisdom in the chair, the younger apprentice who watched and learned. This craft is passed down like a ritual, clipper to clipper, brush to brush, chair to chair. We don't just teach technique, we teach respect, ethics, hustle, and heart. Barbering and hairstyling don't just build looks. They build communities, careers, confidence, and culture. When we say I cut hair, that's not the whole story. We cut doubt. We cut fear. We cut generational trauma. We style not just for beauty, but for belonging. Whether in a quiet shop in a small town or a buzzing studio in the city, every clip, curl, and color is a continuation of a powerful legacy. We are not just barbers, not just stylists. We are custodians of culture. Here we are at the final section of this deep dive comparison. Let's talk about the future. Every time we pick up our tools, we touch the past, but we also shape the future. The lines between barbering and hairstyling are no longer just fading, they're blending. This part isn't just about what barbering and hairstyling have been, it's about what they're becoming. Because the industry isn't static, it's evolving fast, and those who thrive will be those who adapt, blend, and lead. The modern client doesn't always care whether you're a barber or a stylist. They want precision and detail, creativity and artistry, a personalized experience, versatility and expertise, and that's why the lines are blurring. Professionals today are cross-training, learning both disciplines to expand their services and their reach. What that looks like: a barber who learns to do perms, blowouts, a stylist who masters skin fades, razor detailing, and beard grooming, a professional who can do a men's scissor cut, women's layers, and children's styles, all in one day. Clients love it. Your bookings love it. Your wallet definitely loves it. We're moving away from men's cut and women's cut labels and into style-based pricing. Instead of gender-based menus, we now see short cut, medium cut, long cut, specialty cut. Why? Because not all shortcuts are for men. Not all long styles are for women. Gendered pricing can be discriminatory and outdated. Inclusivity isn't just ethical, it's profitable. It welcomes more people into your chair. Technology integration. Welcome to the digital age of hair. Smart tools, clippers with digital RPM control, scissors with ergonomic sensors, hair dryers with moisture sensing technology, AI-based color consultation tools. Technology is helping us do faster, safer, and more precise work. Digital presence. A professional without an online brand in 2025 is practically invisible. What's expected now? Social media content, reels, tutorials, testimonials, booking apps, automated reminders, virtual consultations, and yes, even VR hairstyling previews are on the horizon. Clients are more ingredient aware than ever. They want paraben-free, sulfate-free, cruelty-free products, eco-friendly packaging, sustainable tools, scalp-safe and hypoallergenic options, clean barbershops and salons with visible sanitation practices. The post-COVID era made sanitation a priority and a selling point. Thanks to platforms like TikTok and Instagram, trends no longer start in one place. They happen everywhere at once. Trends like the wolf cut, burst fades with design, skunk stripe coloring, tapered afros, shaggy mullets, modern bowl cuts. Global culture now influences texture trends, color preferences, styling techniques, hair language, buzzwords like layers, texture, fade. Barbers and stylists are learning from each other across continents. Education is changing. Traditional cosmetology and barbering school programs are being re-evaluated. Why? Many graduates feel unprepared for real clients. Licensing laws are being challenged for being outdated. More professionals are turning to independent academies, online courses, and specialized workshops. The new education model is shorter, more specialized, more business-focused, community-driven. You'll see a rise in Instagram educators with millions of views, traveling clipper or color workshops, YouTube-based certification prep, mentorship circles via Discord and Zoom, fusion of services, all in one grooming. Clients now expect haircuts, color services, beard shaping, facials, scalp treatments, brow grooming, nail detailing. The shop or salon of the future? It's a grooming spa hybrid. It's a customized grooming experience where self-care isn't luxury, it's standard. Voice of the industry. You, barbers and stylists, are now influencers, educators, content creators, advocates, entrepreneurs. You don't have to wait for a platform. You are the platform. Start a podcast, drop a YouTube series, create digital classes, sell your own products. The chair is your launchpad. The future is fluid. Let's summarize the trends shaping the next decade. Trend description. Hybrid pros cross-trained in cuts, color, texture, and grooming. Gender-neutral services pricing and menus by style, not sex. Tech integration, smart tools, virtual booking, AI analysis, Eco and clean beauty, ethical, sustainable, non-toxic standards. Content creation. Your work equals your marketing equals your brand. Business savvy. You're not just an artist, you're a CEO. Education reform, faster, deeper, more targeted learning. Wellness focus, scalp, skin, and mental wellness integration. Barbering and hairstyling aren't becoming the same, they're becoming interconnected. And if you ride the wave, you won't just succeed, you'll lead. To everyone listening, whether you cut with clippers or sculpt with shears, this message is for you. We are more than hair. We are artists, healers, leaders, and legacy builders. Our differences make us strong. Our similarities make us a family. And our craft? It makes us unstoppable. So keep learning, keep evolving, keep shaping the world one head at a time. That's all for today's deep cut into barbering and hairstyling part 2. A huge thank you for everyone joining us. Keep those scissors sharp and your creativity sharper. We'll be back soon with more on the Clippers and Shears podcast. Take care.